you read the motherfucker, so you know the car yourself Rudolph. What up, Rudolph?
You ready?
Y'all. Come on, man. I'm dead. I ain't supposed to be a radio show.
We going on?
Is that his nickname?
We going on? Let's roll. We going on. What's going on, people? You are now tuned in to Urban Voices Radio. I am your host, Brad Harrison. I got my main man, Sean Mucker, in the building.
What's going on?
We got my girl, T. Marie. What's happening, people? We have some special, look, we have some special, I say everybody's special, but these are truly some special guests we have in the building. We have Sincere, I'll make sure I say your name right. NaKaya Brook? NaKaya Brook, I got it right. So look, these are two
Independent.
No, I was going to go deeper than that.
Okay.
Because I think when we use words like...
but they're still independent artists.
Yeah,
Right.
but I was going to go with like legends in the making. We have two...
That's a balls.
In the making, right? And look, I'm going to give you some history on it. So look, we have two legends in the making that I feel are legends in the making in Louisville's music scene, which actually... their music transcends outside of the city of Louisville. But the reason I say legends in the making just because you guys have been putting it down for so long, right? And I came across Sincere back in college. So, you know, that's how long it's been.
Hold on. So, college in Louisville or college?
No, college here in Louisville.
Okay.
Look, actually started over at JCC and then over at U of L.
Okay. You got to go a little bit deeper.
Yeah, we were both communications majors, right? And I didn't know, I didn't know.
You said college, you know, we didn't know college when you
well, you know what? I wasn't a traditional college student. I didn't go at 18, so I had some bumps and bruises, so I made it in there around 30 something.
Okay, that's
but I made it in there.
Right. That's all it counts.
But no, at the time, I didn't even know Sincere. And I didn't know we did music, and somehow I came across his music with, I guess we were talking about in class. At the time, there was a joint out. Let me get it right. I think it was, look, was it So Louisville? Was that the name of So Louisville?
Yes,
So Louisville was a joint that, it was a great record, man. It was a great record that it kind of, you know how a record comes out and then it kind of spans over a few years. That was a record that kind of, it didn't do its traditional peak at 90 days or 6 months and then went away. That record kind of stuck around.
That's when the Universal joints went.
It stuck around for a while, man. But I felt like mass appeal, it didn't get the push it needed as the what was the other Louisville record? Louisville, the Get Down.
Yeah, Corey Black
and then Corey Black did one.
Yeah.
But Sincere's record was one of those records. It was not to discredit any of those other artists, but it was one of those records that should have been a really huge record.
What's the story behind that, fam? Like,
Speak up.
you know, I try to appeal to the masses in a way, and not just go with the average, let my dude just talking on the making the massive for the word, people that I'm prospect rock with thing too. So it was kind of strategic when I did, and I got some help from some of the people over there at United 6. I chopped it up with Mark Gunn.
Oh, okay.
It's like, man, you might
Shout out Mark Gunn.
Yeah, shout out Mark Gunn. It's like you might want to diversify that thing. You know what I'm saying? So make it where you can reach a broad audience. So I said, okay, what you want from me? So I went back to the drawing board, redirected it, came back. Mayor Fisher, shout out to Mayor Fisher. You know what I'm saying? He was really behind it. We got recognized for our own day.
I remember that.
So good day. And it's just one of those things that we can. It's putting on so many platforms. You know what I'm saying? We're working non-profit organizations, on music. I'm just going to go find doing that. Trying to build up for the youth to give them a sight of what you can actually aspire to do with music. Because a lot of them love music. They don't really have the elements, to give them like, what's an example of that? So that's my right.
That's a big up. So I mean, to say that, so you had the mayor's office behind the music.
Man, it was a big record.
Right.
Man.
So I mean, it had to be for them to get their own day. Mayor Fisher when he comes to the hood.
Hey, look, and let me tell you this. This was Mayor Fisher during the first term. So he's on term number 3 now.
Okay, so it's a different term. It's a different Mayor Fisher.
No. What I'm telling you is that look, when you hear him say Mayor Fisher and Mark Gunn, right? How long ago that was? Mark Gunn hasn't been on the air for a while. You know what I mean? So that's why I said legends in the making, because that's how long they've been rocking out, which is music.
No doubt, and you know what I'm saying, it had to be some great music for you to reach Mark Nunn and for him to critique it. You know what I'm saying? For him to critique it. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't get that critique from the radio.
Well, look, it's a record now. It's a record that you can play now. It's a record you can play now, and it doesn't feel like it's an aged record.
See, I like when Louisville music when people make songs about Louisville, because I feel like anybody on the outside of Louisville, they could get a you know what I'm saying, a guide when they listen to the song. You know what I'm saying?
And look, let me get off on a little tangent about that for a minute, right? Because me not traditionally being from here, right? But I've been out here since '96, but not being here originally, right? So for people outside of the state of Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, my first thought when I heard, I made the decision I'm gonna move to Kentucky, right, to Louisville. The perception, I'm telling you, is 3 teeth, hillbillies. That's the perception, right? And I was asking people before I came, I was like, are there black people in Kentucky? You know, because I didn't know. That's the perception, right? And then
they found that their head busted. No.
Hey, but no, look, and this is not a diss to any of these guys that made these records, but as time went on, and I'm living here then, right, and I'm starting to put, because I realized there was dope music out here. I'm like, hey, there's a lot of dope artists. So I started pushing music out to people I knew in different states, right? At the time, Nappy Roots became super huge. They were like pop icons at the time, right? And while I'm trying to push out some of this dope music, the perception through the Nappy Roots video was the hillbilly, the you know what I mean? So people thought that's what Louisville was. You thought when you came to Kentucky, you were going to see horses, buggies, people with no shoes on, and straw hats, right?
I mean, it was a great gimmick, but I mean,
but no disrespect to those guys. I'm just saying,
right.
That
But
was the
can you
image.
honestly
That was
say Nappy Roots is just from Louisville, or from all parts of Kentucky?
no. I just think that was an imaging by the A&R, by whoever.
I think it was
I don't
dope,
know,
though.
you know what I mean? And that was the direction they decided to go in, and it worked for them. I'm just speaking on the image that it put out
Before, I know
to the black community.
Right.
Yeah, because when it came out, a lot of the city was not behind it.
Is that how it was?
Yeah, they really went platinum like off of, kind of like the surrounding counties and so forth and so on.
And they went global. So shout out to them. Yeah, shout out.
I went to WKU with them.
And the music was great.
I got to deal with them. Sometimes in this music, man, the markers behind the scenes, they have a vision. That's what they're trying to depict. But, it couldn't be a win possible. They would maybe reach back and get some guys, realize that, okay, this is our aspect, but let me show you another aspect. See, the thing with Louisville, a lot of people, it's comparing the governments out. And I say I'm confident because until people start really changing, we start to see some changes. But until people really, form that cohesion that you need, you're not going to get the looks that we really should deserve. So, I'm just all about, unity, coming together, forming a long relationship with different labels, different artists, networking, helping each other get ourselves out.
Now look, during that time, I didn't know this either. During that time, you were working closely with Jay Alexander, the barber, right?
Yeah, that's my guy,
Divine, right? And at the time, look, now Duke, is my memory correct? Did it used to be called Divine Cuts? Was that you?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, I know him now, right? I didn't know he was an artist. I just knew him as a barber.
When he started out being an artist, in the early 80s, he had a group, him and the producer that we still work with, G Sharp. They had a group. And, they did their thing, up to New York, had competition with Wu-Tang, all types of stuff.
I heard about all that. I just thought he was a barber. I didn't know.
Well, he managed the first group that I was in, our committee. I was in the group when I first started out. And he was actually our manager. There was 5 of us in the group, so from there, we kept all the boys, tight, so as I started moving solo, we chopped it up, from time to time every day. I can call it brother anytime,
Well, look, since you're here, right? Since you're here, and you've been in Louisville's music scene for over a decade, right? Maybe 2. So because you got the baby face. You look like you're 21, 22 years old, man. So take us back to Louisville music, say, When you come on the scene? Late 90s, early 2000s?
Well, yeah,
Let's do one better though. Let's take it back from he started, and then he'll incorporate the local music scene.
That's what I'm saying. Late 90s, early 2000s.
But you said the Louisville music scene. You know, we could talk
When
about
he was on it.
Yeah, let's talk about him and the way he developed and things like that.
I started out, you know, with Too Big Entertainment. You know, her season was the first guy that ever put me on a record. You know, actually, I was on his record.
Those two brothers just had a clothes store out New York.
Shout out her season.
Her season is the one that does a lot of fitness stuff now.
No, but I'm saying like the two big. Is that like the two big clothing dudes and two different people?
Nah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We worked them out for 18th Street.
Okay.
So, we had a lot of artists on there, you know, kind of like a baby no limit. You know,
Right.
Elio, Little Boy, Her Season, Shit G Money, and then the series he was producing over there, you know, a couple cats, you know, who were, you know, making some waves, learning from, you know, the experiences and shit anyway. I was kind of on where like Tupac was running that situation. I didn't do my thing, you know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
was dancing the
Yeah, man.
He was the road.
Jack. We got to go, Jack. So,
Yeah.
you know, I moved out, started the community, you know, brothers, formed that. We actually threw a shot at that group, you know.
Oh, yeah?
We threw a shot at them
For the image?
for the image, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the city of Raleigh, so my take on it was, okay, this is supposed to be the creme de la creme, we're going to see. Put your money up, we're going to see it out there. So, you know, we kind of, you know, went at them a little bit. It didn't really go to where, like, we wound up actually collaborating after that. Because, like I said, I knew the brothers, you know what I'm saying? We're still music, street music, you know. Oh, when I see you, brother, nah, it wasn't none of that, you know what I'm saying?
So it was strictly on wax.
Yeah,
basically.
you know. And then we got to hook up with them, you know what I'm saying? You know, of course, they were kind of like, you know, but like I said, you know, from the city of Raleigh, we just sounded,
We're gonna go with the big dog.
yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Do our thing, man. See what really going the brand, you know. But they most definitely did our thing. From there, like I said, we did some collaborations with them. They was on some of the community's project. I chopped it up with these Skill, you know what I'm saying? On Dre, that's my big brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Skinny, shout out to whole guy Bruce. You know what I'm saying? For them to do what they did, you know what I'm saying? Really kind of shine the light on Kentucky that we didn't have. You know, and it's a host of other artists, Father Jai, I can go on and on, you know what I'm saying, about the talent for certain. But really, I think it's more so when you really get the idea that it's coming together. So, looking at that in hindsight, because hindsight is 2020, I probably wouldn't, you know, took that shot at them where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying?
But early 20s, right? Or your teens?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the commercial success of Nappy Roots, why do you think that nothing after Nappy Roots really will have that much commercial success after it, as far as horses?
And it has to do a lot with how we do the gatekeepers, you know, people that are in position to actually make a situation better than what it needs to be. They don't, you know, for whatever reason, selfish reasons, you know, they rock with cats or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Louisville, Kentucky, you know, do we have gatekeepers here? Do we have?
we most definitely got some people here that can get some stuff going, but it's a lot of people throwing their hands up. You know, I'm getting I ain't in it. You know, nah, bro, you got a position to play, bro.
Right.
Empowered. When you get empowered to be able to empower, a lot of people don't get it. You want to use the power, but make everybody do what you want them to do for a little bit. Nah, you should shine down like you're doing to you. That's what it's about.
All right, so question. When you decided to become an artist, was it a conscious choice for you not to use profanity or not to take the so-called gangster approach? Like, for you to become a lyricist, was that how you started, or at what point did that come into the game?
Since
You came out hood.
Okay.
Okay.
But